Welcome to This Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to literally supercharge your daily routine, well, you've landed in the exact right place. Today, we're diving into a source that is going to completely flip the script on how you view your everyday life. You know, we spend so much time stressing over money, constantly hustling just to survive. But what if we've got it completely backward? Seriously, we're going to explore why time, not cash, not your job title, not your status, is the absolute ultimate currency, and how mastering it can totally change your life's trajectory. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this with a bit of a thought experiment. Would you take 1 crore rupees, or honestly any massive life-changing amount of money right now, today, if the absolute catch was that you wouldn't wake up tomorrow morning? I mean, it sounds kind of funny at first, right? But really think about it. Is there a single rational person on Earth who would actually say yes to that deal? Absolutely not. Because honestly, what good is a giant mountain of cash if you aren't around to spend a single dime of it? So the crucial point here is this. If you wouldn't trade your tomorrow for 1 crore rupees, that literally means your next morning is inherently worth way, way more than any amount of money. And that brings us to this incredibly important number, 86,400. The source frames this concept just brilliantly. Imagine waking up every single morning and having exactly $86,400 deposited straight into your personal bank account. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the catch. You have to spend it all today. Whatever you don't use, poof, it just vanishes at the stroke of midnight. You can't roll it over, you can't save it for the weekend. Well, we all get exactly 86,400 seconds every single day. When you translate time into this urgent, tangible currency, it hits you that we're constantly spending it, whether we're actually doing something productive or just letting it slip through our fingers. So let's move right into our first major section, time, the ultimate currency. To really ground this modern struggle we have with time, the source points back to some incredible ancient wisdom, specifically a concept from the Atharva Veda that compares time to an unstoppable horse. Think about it. This horse is galloping at top speed, and it doesn't have a price tag. You literally cannot pay this horse any amount of money to stop, not even for a single second. Your only 2 options, jump on and ride, or just stand there and watch it pass you by. And you know, this ancient idea perfectly lines up with a modern pop culture moment mentioned in the source. Tony Stark's dad in the movie saying that all the money in the world never bought a second of time. You can always make more money, but a lost second, it's gone forever. Moving along to section 2, lessons from time billionaires. Just look at how historical icons handled their time compared to the average person. Take Mahatma Gandhi during the famous Dandi March. He was walking at a really brisk pace when an English reporter named Walker came up and asked for an interview. That interview would have meant his name plastered across all the English papers. Massive fame. But Gandhi essentially just said, "You're a walker, I'm a walker," and kept right on moving. He prioritized his mission and his time over some fleeting moment of fame. Or look at Abraham Lincoln. Grew up in total poverty, but he meticulously balanced farm work, helping his dad, and studying. He squeezed every single spare second to literally change his trajectory all the way to the US presidency. And today, we see people like Elon Musk pulling 100 to 120-hour weeks, running multiple massive companies by just relentlessly packing his time into strict blocks. They all chose to ride that unstoppable horse. And this brilliantly illustrates the concept of time compound interest. We always hear about Warren Buffett's financial compound interest, right? But the source highlights how he invested his time. At just 6 years old, when most kids are literally just playing in the dirt, he was buying 6 packs of Coca-Cola and gum and selling them door to door for a 5% profit. By age 11, instead of making excuses about not having money, he was selling newspapers, making $75 a month, and entering the stock market. By 16, he had saved up $3,000. He wasn't just throwing money around, he was investing his time long before he had any real capital. He was riding that horse from day one. That takes us into section 3, the trap of modern entertainment. Now, the source brings up this fascinating historical concept to explain why we get so distracted today: bread and circuses. Back in the Roman Empire, if readers wanted to keep citizens from noticing major societal issues or, rebelling, they distract them. How? With free food and massive entertainment spectacles, the circuses. The source makes this really direct, neutral comparison between that ancient strategy and today's social media and streaming platforms. These apps are literally engineered to provide endless entertainment, basically keeping us totally disconnected from our real lives, our goals, and the reality that our precious time is just ticking away. Let's actually look at the math on this, because it's wild. Imagine someone making 30,000 rupees a month, working about 6 hours a day with weekends off. If you break that down, their time is worth roughly 227 rupees per hour. Okay, now imagine that same person spends 5 hours a day aimlessly scrolling apps or binge-watching shows. 5 hours a day at 227 rupees an hour, guys, that adds up to 34,050 rupees a month. Wasting those 5 hours actually costs more in theoretical value than their entire monthly salary. I mean, you would never hand over 34 grand just to use a social media app, right? But by wasting that time, you're basically footing that massive bill anyway. Let's pivot to the solution in section 4, the time boxing technique. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast it shows, based on productivity expert Daniel Markovits. Most of us use regular old to-do lists, right? But honestly, a long list just creates choice paralysis. You might have a super quick 3-minute task and a really tough 30-minute task sitting right next to each other. Human nature says you're gonna do the easy one first, even if your energy is super high and perfectly suited for the hard one. It's a total mismatch of energy with zero context. Time boxing, though? That's about intentional scheduling. You assign a specific block of time to a specific task, matching your energy levels to the difficulty of the job. It gives you absolute, crystal clear purpose for that specific hour. The golden rule here is simple. Don't just list tasks, pack them with time. Time isn't just this magical thing you find lying around during the day. If you sit around waiting to find time, that unstoppable horse is going to gallop right past you. You literally have to pack your tasks into a designated box on your calendar to force yourself to execute them. Which brings us to our final framework in section 5, setting smart goals. Because time boxing only works if you have a clear purpose to box your time around. So let's break down this SMART framework using some great examples from the source. First up, as for specific. Just saying, I want to go on a trip isn't specific. Deciding if you're going to Delhi or Goa and exactly what spots you'll visit, that's specific. It focuses your time. Next, M for measurable. Think about downloading a massive 10-gigabyte file. If there was no progress bar, you'd go crazy wondering when it would finish. Seeing that little bar move is a huge relief. Your goals need that exact same progress bar. A is for achievable. It's got to be realistic for your time frame. If you make 1 lakh a month right now, shooting for 1 crore by next month probably isn't achievable in that specific time block. Then R for relevant. This is absolutely huge. It has to match your genuine interests. The source uses this hilarious analogy. If a goal isn't relevant to you, you're basically a dog chasing a car. Even if the dog catches the car, it has no clue what to do with it. Don't waste 10 days on something only to realize you don't even care. And finally, T for time-bound. Every single goal needs a clear start and finish date so you can actually fit it into your time boxing calendar. And that brings us to one final, really provocative question to end today's explainer. Will you value your next 30 minutes more than 10,000 rupees? I really want to challenge you to permanently shift your mindset right here, right now. Stop looking at your time as just something to get through. Start treating it as the absolute most expensive, non-refundable currency you will ever own. Are you going to let that horse just run past you today, or are you going to jump on and ride? Think about that as you plan your next 30 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.